If you want to get into the groove, mask up to get down, and make sure you stay 6 feet from stardom.
You're not gonna believe what I'm gonna show you right now.
Dear God, it's beautiful. Today, on A Place of Our Own, Miss De Laurentiis, Miss Fields, Miss Hastings, Miss Marin, and Miss Montgomery will see you now in the guidance office. It's all coming up next. What's up? I'm Pieterse, and welcome to Thrift Store Rundown's Place of Our Own, a place designed for any millennial or baby boomer who wants to bring Hollywood home on a budget. As you know, every interaction you have with your favorite celeb or fellow fandom friend is a very important learning opportunity. So when it comes to educating yourself about the wonderful world of pop culture, we're all in this together. That's right, TSI is your first and coolest teacher. Nobody, and I mean nobody, other than myself, fancies a trip to the guidance counselor's office in your school. It's just on the same level as lying down on a chair in your therapist's office. Songs will never be sung about it, unless you're Demi Lovato. But what if I could get Ashley Benson, Shay Mitchell, Lucy Hale, Sasha, Pieterse, Janel, Parrish, and Troian Bellisario to be your guidance counselors for a day? Do I got your attention now? Heck, I just said that! And I know I'm paying more attention. If you've been a fan of my channel for quite some time, you know that anytime Putting An Alliance is available at the thrift store on a budget in any capacity, I jump to attention and I get it done! And boy, we got a double shot of Wolfsman's finest for you today. J-14 and Twist for 99 cents each, and for 50% off. That's right, 45 cents a piece. You can't beat that. This is from March 2016, and this is from January, February 2016. New Year's and Valentine's. How can you go on? With that, how can you go on when you have a Putting An Alliance related video in any capacity on a thrift store rundown? The Putting An Alliance will see you now on TSR's Place of Our Own. Zoe Mendoza, this goes out to you. The liars are taking your job today. Okay, not really, but truly, you can learn so much from the liars, I kid you not. Guidance counseling with America's favorite Clique? That just screams thrift store rundown all over the chalkboard. We're going to begin with Twist magazine, which actually became a part of J-14 not too very long ago. You actually get a shot of the cover here. In the editor's note at the beginning of the J-14 issue, explaining more about the acquisition. There's also a lot to learn away from Wolfsburg, from body positivity to embracing your ethnicity and how that plays a role in your career success. With a plethora of young Hollywood stars to be your professors, so to speak. You won't be lectured or anything. You will be talked to in a very conversational, very age-appropriate manner because, well, they are your idols. What do you expect? Anything less? I could go hours without checking my phone, says Ariana Grande. Me, 2.5 to 3 hours at the max. Hey, I rarely post anything on Instagram nowadays. This is a 4-question quiz to determine whether or not you need a digital detox. Are you loving all the new emojis? How many group text messages are you a part of? Is your phone's battery always dying? Do you use up the most data in your family's plan? Is it dinner time? Where's your cell? Actually, it's a 5-question quiz. If you get mostly purple answers, you need a digital detox. If you get mostly red answers, well then, you may not need one quite yet. And this is a good case study here. All those A messages can really send my girl Spencer Hastings into quite a frenzy. I hope any text messages or any bad times with your phone don't send you into a frenzy to a point where you have to go into a sanitarium like Spencer was sent to Radley. by the way, kicking things off with the love of my life, Spencer Hastings, Troian Bellisario, is never not an excellent way to start a PLL-related video. She has stolen my heart, and I feel no shame in saying that at all. On to body positivity in the form of loving the skin you're in, the skin that God gave you. Keke Palmer confesses she used to pray for lighter skin. Not so much. The thing I'd be praying for right now is a new talk show. Well, actually, don't pray for that, please. As you know, Strahan, Sarah, and Keke, the third hour GMA, got canned, and I feel sorry for her. She has season title as a talk show host. Celebs this, we love the skin we're in, but it always wasn't easy. It wasn't always easy, excuse me. Case in point here, our darling Emily Fields. Shay Mitchell. I love my Mitch heritage. She is of Spanish, Irish, Scottish ancestry, so there's a little bit of everything, and she likes it. Might I say, it looks not just good on her, but it looks awesome on her. Do you love the skin you're in? What kind of ancestry are you from? What kind of traits do you have that belong to certain ethnicities? Are you multifaceted, or are you of just one ancestry? Let me know. Just for fun, which look is better? See which celeb styles look totally hot and not. And when it comes to Lucy Hale, I think she always looks hot, but I do sadly have to agree with Twist Magazine in this case. Lucy Hale's ombre strands were perfection. They brightened up her entire face. Her dark strands wash out her fair complexion, and they make her look too pale. In my view, she is naturally smoking, and that's the end of that. Next case, more Lucy Hale. This is love it or hate it. Yeah, quit your squawking, will ya? This is a fashion fail on the part of the wonderfully oddball Aria Montgomery. At least you got one thing right, Lucy. High necklines and updos do go together. But bibs and duck prints do not belong on a dress. They belong in the nursery. Says photo director Amy Kaufman. Next time you want to rock a whimsical print, choose a simple silhouette. Ay. Well, I guess not everyone can be a Hale in regards to her fashion. Hey, but there are certain styles for everyone. How do you handle criticism towards your style? Let me know. Here's another fun feature, a Pretty Little Liars word search. This is a time jump themed version, and there are a few words to find here. You have the names of all the liars, plus the names of their companions, Ezra, Caleb, and Toby, plus Woolswood and Secret. Good luck with this one. And finally, to close out this issue, Love and Friendship Horoscopes, complete with celeb birthdays. B. Miller, Dove Cameron, and the always stylish, always smoking, the sexiest comedian, fictional, on television, Hannah Marin, Ashley Benson. December 18th, right around the holidays. What is your birthday, and how do you celebrate it, especially when it's around the holidays? Let me know. But that wraps up this edition of Twist Magazine, and so we're on to J-14. And let me just tell you, you get a lot more bang for your buck with J-14. You talk about PDA? Well, here we go, printed displays of affection. Stars like Catherine McNamara, Laura Morano, and Cameron Dallas dish on their first kisses in a special section, Stars Kiss and Tell, for this March 2016 issue. Shouldn't this be reserved for February? Oh well, we came here for Pretty Little Liars, and that's exactly what you're gonna get. Just for fun, shocking PLL news. Here we go. Say it with me. 1, 2, 3. A Benson! Beautiful. Nice job. Shay Mitchell and Ashley Benson enjoyed a carefree day of shopping in LA. But it's exactly the opposite when they're filming PLL. The situations are more life or death, so it's not just all dolls and games. As says of the new season, it's not fun and games. Don't you mean dolls in games, fun in games? Are they interchangeable? One thing I am certain of, that is a cute combo with a really cute pup. By the way, have you heard of Doug the Pug? If you get your own domestic pet to start interviewing young Hollywood starlets like the cast of Riverdale and The Flash, yeah, I've seen those Comic-Con interviews on YouTube, then you know you've done something right. Here's another thing for fun. Tyler Blackburn. Shirtless, having fun in the sun, while vacationing in Maui. Hey, I want you guys to stay awake. There is no sleeping in the classroom, and if I gotta get Caleb Rivers shirtless, well, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Anyway, continuing on, Hollywood Heights revealed. How do you deal with criticism when it comes to being short or tall? Size doesn't define these starlets. Like for example, here, 5'2", this pint-sized actress, Lucy, doesn't mind it one bit. It's about loving yourself no matter what. Self-love is a very important trait we all have to keep practicing, and Lucy Hale is one of the very definitions of that. There is nothing about Lucy Hale you will not love. That is for sure. And now we're talking about self-harm. Transitioning to something a little more serious. Cameron's crusade to end cutting. You know Cameron Dallas, Viner and TikToker, I believe, and YouTuber extraordinaire in the eyes of the few. A couple of his fans share their stories on why he actually stopped them from cutting and gave them a new perspective on life. Other stars who are speaking out against self-harm include YouTuber Tyler Oakley, and beware Tyler, your binge book will soon be on TSR. Lily Singh, aka Superwoman and host of A Little Late with Lily Singh on NBC, and yes, yet again, my everything, Troian Bellisario. The Pretty Little Liars star has struggled with her own demons. I started self-harming when I was a junior, holding food back, and among some other things, she reveals. She hopes her story will help others get help instead of hiding from it. See, I told you the liars are good for teaching some stuff. Don't debate that ever again with me, because they are. Continuing on. How does your ethnicity help you define who you are? Good question here in this section. Our families immigrated to the US too. The main story here, which spun off this section, is how Lilimar Hernandez came to the US from Venezuela. She is the star of a Nickelodeon sitcom by the name of Bella and the Bulldogs. How embracing her ethnicity and her roots helped her define her career success. Not knowing a word of English, feeling lost in a new city, how the Venezuela native overcame the impossible. Lilimar Hernandez, who is quite sexy, tells J-14 why she's counting her lucky stars. Among others sharing their stories from Camila Cabello, and fair warning, there's plenty of Saw Mila nostalgia in here. And also we have Sasha Pieterse, the head liar, Allison De Laurentiis, a liar near and dear to my heart, as you might well know by now. With her cookbook Sasha in Good Taste, which I got signed, having the opportunity to meet her twice. Memories nobody can take away from me. Memories nobody can distance me from, ever. Her character on PLL may live in Wolfsburg, Pennsylvania, but Sasha Pieterse grew up in Johannesburg, South Africa. She moved to the US when she was 3 years old. So, yet again, how does your ethnicity, how does embracing your roots define who you are? And how do you employ certain traits in regards to your roots for your beneficial use? Let me know. And just for fun, you already saw this at the top of the show, but I want you to look at it again because it is way too glorious just to leave out. Have a look at this. It is a Pretty Little Liars pinup. I know it's horizontal, not vertical, but listen to me. I can't think of any more beautiful decor in regards to getting pinups out of these magazines than this. So you might be a Cameron Dallas stan. So you might be a Zendaya stan. I gotta give her props. Emmy Award nominee, outstanding lead actress in the drama series Euphoria on HBO. One of Troian's favorites. I know that for sure. But just take a look at this pinup. I don't want to cut this out because I don't want to do any damage to it, and I don't have enough room on my wall of endgame to highlight or hang up any more pictures, sadly. So I'm just going to keep this intact, but that is a really special treat, and I am not exaggerating. I am in love with these liars. Just one more really close-up look here. You got Shay and Ashley, you got Hale and Emily, Butter Benson looking oh so sexy. You got Aria, you got Sasha, you got, Lucy, Anna, Allison, and finally, you got the love of my life, my girlfriend in my head, Spencer Hastings, looking oh so magnificently, extraordinarily, outstandingly sexy, Troian Bellisario. Can you tell I'm in love with this girl? Yeah, if you didn't know then, you know now. And to close up this issue, your hot list. J-14 readers weekly determine the hottest guy and hottest girl on a weekly basis. Hottest guy for this issue, Harry Styles, formerly of One Direction. Hottest girl, Selena Gomez. You should know that I found her revival album being sold for $1.49. In moderation, I buy those types of albums only if they have 50% or 25% discounts. On this particular day, the day of filming, it did not, so sorry. Number 5, with 9%, Lucy Hale. While Aria Montgomery may not be my favorite, I adore her nonetheless, so I think they should raise her up to at least a 2 or 3. But for you Selenators out there, you will not argue with their decision at all. 36% for Selena Gomez and 25% for Harry Styles. And finally down here, what's in and what's out in terms of fashion for bedtime. An adorable onesie like Ariana's is the best wardrobe for any sleepover. Ready to fun onesie to bed. Wow, Shay doesn't warn. We love Shay's day style, but her nighttime style doesn't look very cozy. Wearing everything you own to bed. Okay, nobody should suggest to you that you break out your entire Valentino, Donna Karen, Kate Spade collection to bed, but it feels like that's exactly what Shay's doing here, and I adore Shay Mitchell, don't get me wrong. I always get giddy when my mother watches The Possession of Hannah Grace on pay-per-view television, because I'll be honest, that's exactly where it shines the most, on pay-per-view television or on basic cable. But for this instance, I'm not really into her particular style for sleepy time. But I am very much into this issue of J-14, as I am very much into the twist issue right here. Both contain awesome PLL content and a lot of good educational material here, and you didn't even know it was there. And because both magazines have Troian Bellisario in them, that alone earns both of them 5 out of 5 claps, 10 out of 10. Got a secret? Can you keep it? I will never keep this little factoid a secret. I stand Pretty Little Liars, and I would not be very disappointed when people start a petition to have the liars become licensed educators, or at least licensed child psychologists in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Or at the very least, a nice cameo surprise from the cast regarding, guidance counseling, peer counseling. That would be really nice too. Actually, one last shot of the liars here to close up this video, because, come on, how can you not fall in love with these girls? Class is dismissed for the day, but if you missed any classes, get caught up by clicking the link in the description below, which will take you to the Too Cool for School playlist, which also includes videos from last year's series. Thanks for joining us, and make sure to subscribe for when it comes to bringing Hollywood home and to the classroom on a budget. Pieterse is your first and coolest teacher. We'll see you next time on the flip side, on A Place of Our Own.